What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to, well, I guess a different video. Dad is chomping at the bit. He just bought the, well, I guess you bought it, I don't know, maybe a month ago, but you just received it in the mail.
It's been a little over a month ago.
Yeah, it's the Nokta Makro Legend. He's all psyched. So, it's raining outside, and we're really trying to put this detector to the test. So we're in my inside the house test garden, and what we have at our feet is buckets, and from the top of the bucket to about this little belly button right here is about 7.5 inches. What we got today is we got a couple of our favorite targets on the ground. We got the large scent, we got a silver quarter, we got a Civil War button, gold ring. Dad, come on, help me out here.
Civil War bullet.
Silver War bullet.
Silver dime.
Silver dime.
And a silver ring.
And a silver ring. Look at that. You still got some good memory, bud. We're both, well, Dad just got his detector. I've been learning mine for, I don't know, maybe the past 3 years. Really started to try to learn it seriously this past year. The settings are going to be similar. We're going to be running Park 1 for both machines. We're going to be running sensitivity, going to be relatively hot. Our recovery speed, that's important. We're going to be running that medium. For the 600, I'm running mine at 2 out of 3, which for the 800 would equivalent to 4 out of 8, I believe. And there was one more, Dad, help me out. We got the sensitivity, we got the stinking recovery. Iron bias, I got my iron bias down to 0. I don't think Dad has the update where he's got iron bias yet. So I think yours is automatically at 0, pretty much. So without further ado, guys, we're going to get swinging these detectors, and let's see what the results are going to be. All right, guys, so we're off. This is the Legend at a 7.5 inch large scent. Let's see what we got.
So we're picking up fairly decent.
That's
definitely enough to make me stop, especially in the woods. So that's a large scent. All right, silver quarter. I can hear a nice sweet sound in there sometimes, but it ain't smacking that quarter like I'd like to hear it. It's there. But you can hear it there, but you know, would that be enough to make me stop? I don't know. It just depends on where I was hunting at, I guess. And then the Civil War button. Usually if I'm in a Civil War area, I'm digging everything I'm hearing usually. But I don't know if I'm digging that or not. Ain't enough there to really make me want to dig it. 33 on Legend, if anybody wants to know. Well, you can see high 30s, low 40s for a Civil War button. But 7.5 inches, I'm not doing too good in multi-frequency 1.
Equinox 600, 7.5, almost 8 inch large scent. Here we go. Slaps it two-way.
How about from another angle?
Scratches.
That right there, that way was sweet.
Struggles whenever you get it from different angles. Let's go over here to the silver quarter. Slapping it. Still struggling though whenever you do your turns, but I can tell you if I'm, you know, walking and I'm hearing those little beeps, I'm coming back to that. Now, Civil War button, it's scratching. I see the depth staying. It's not jumping, so it tells me that there's something down there. But I'm definitely
passing it up.
Yeah, I'm passing that up every time. I'm gonna do the legend on a silver ring.
Not very consistent with numbers. But definitely make me want, and I don't see anything coming up as far as depth. So I don't know what the deal is there. There it is.
Not a bad signal.
Definitely make me want to dig it. Civil War bullet. Yeah. I don't know what it's hitting. But it ain't hitting that Civil War bullet. That's in multi-frequency 1. It ain't hitting that at all. Should be about 32, 33 if it was hitting it. Right there, it hits it right at the very tip. But other than that, it ain't hitting it.
Wow.
Gold ring, I think everyone's going to struggle in this one. It's like a 20 on the Knox. But yeah, I think everyone's going to struggle on the. But yeah, it ain't hitting it at all. I can hear a tone break.
All right, here we go. Knox on a silver ring.
Nice and smooth.
As you can see, your depth is pretty much staying the same, and you actually got a depth meter. I dig that. I mean, I'm coming across. I'm digging that every time. Civil War bullet. I'm actually curious to see what this one is. Legend couldn't pick it up. Let's see what the Knox can do. Now there might, like I said, I pulled this dirt from outside. There might be some little iron in here. But I am getting a signal. And I think I would dig that, but it's not a signal that I like.
If you was in a Civil War area, you might dig that.
Absolutely.
But if you was at regular, you wouldn't dig it.
And then let's go with the gold ring here. Nah, see, it's
All over the place.
here. Let's try this here. Nah, it's trying to pick it up, but you can tell it doesn't register it. So that's both machines that struggle on that gold ring. All right, and here is the legend with the silver dime.
It wants to hit it.
Is it a signal that would make you stop and you think you could pinpoint?
It all depends on where I was at.
Try to pinpoint it.
Yeah, see,
That's one of the things that I seen too, Dad. I don't know if you noticed that too, but people saying that their pinpoint. I know that New York City metal detectorist, he was saying that their pinpoint was very off.
yeah, I'm not happy with that.
All right, here we go. We've got the Equinox 600 now on the silver dime. Yeah, it's... I mean, you can tell that it wants to be there, but it's just not there. And then if I pinpoint it, my pinpoint kind of accurate. But like I said, we're on recovery speed 2. This ain't 1, and this ain't the big 13-inch coil either. Once again, that's a 7.5-inch silver dime.
All right, guys, I'm happy about something here at least. Let me turn this down. At least I got something to be happy about. I ain't been impressed at all with any of these tests right now. A lot to learn yet. I know that, but I'm a little shook right now, I ain't gonna lie. But this one here made me at least smile a little bit. This is an Eagle breastplate, Civil War Eagle breastplate, and this machine loves it. Hang on here. You can see that. If I was in a Civil War camp, I'm digging that all day long. So I'm giving that a 10 out of 5. And you can see it was an Eagle breastplate. Matter of fact, that was found by the Simplex. But the machine loves that. So it gives me 1 plus.
Alright guys, so Dad hit his best signal on this Eagle breastplate, so I'm going to do 9. Man, I'll tell you what.
Both machines like that Eagle breastplate.
That's almost 12 inches, about a foot, maybe 13 inches. And
So when you're in Civil War, you know you better dig deep if you get a 16, 17.
That's not bad. Alright guys, well, there we have it. I mean, Dad, do you think the test is pretty fair? I mean, we both was swinging the same size coil. We both was in the same conditions. Both had Park 1. I know you're sitting there with your eyes closed. You look a little...
I'm a little bit ticked.
A little disgruntled?
Yeah, but I've only had it for a little over a day and a half, so I'm not too concerned yet.
How long have you been metal detecting?
About 12 years.
About 12 years. I mean, and that's the thing. Whenever I started off with the Equinox, I went straight out to the test garden, and I wanted to see how deep I could go. And I struggled with the Equinox. And now, granted, I mean, I was putting things like 8 inches down and stupid stuff like that. But eventually, you know, I've put in a lot of hours down here, and I can, you know, I'm confident in my ability to dig, you know, a silver quarter at 7.5 inches, or, you know, if I'm swinging the 13-inch coil, I can dig a quarter at almost 9 inches. So that's one thing that's going to come, but we're going to talk about kind of, after each swing, we gave our detectors grades, and we both agree, you know, so we're not being biased. So we'll start off with the 600 on the silver quarter. If you guys remember, it slapped that. I mean, solid 2-way. I gave it a 5 because I mean I'm digging that every time. My Civil War bullet, I wasn't too impressed with. It was a little sketchy at 7.5 inches. I gave it a 3. If I was in a Civil War campsite, I definitely would have dug it. But if I'm just out swinging my stick along, probably not going to dig that. Large scent, I gave it a 5. It absolutely hooked onto that, and I mean, it didn't want to let go. I'm digging that at 7.5 inches every time. My Civil War button, something about Civil War, I gave it a 2. It didn't really even come up at all. There was a couple targets there where it was showing up 18, 19, 20, and still kept the same depth. So wasn't too impressed with that at all. Silver dime, I knew that was going to struggle. I've done that multiple times. I've done that test, and even with the 13-inch coil, I think it's 13. Is it 13 or 15?
I think it's 15.
Okay, 13 or 15. Even with that coil, guys, it's still, for some reason, I struggle with that. And the silver ring, I was pretty impressed with. It actually hooked onto that too. I gave it a 4. And the gold ring, I mean, something that small, you know, maybe I should try to go to Park 2 or something. But I gave it a 1 because it was non-existent. I couldn't find it.
Or maybe even 4 kilohertz might help you out a little bit or something.
4
we was in multi.
Right, yeah, I mean, 4 kilohertz, normally, I think they say though that like for gold, I think you'd want to go up to like your 40 kilohertz and everything. So if you guys like this video, be sure to show your support because we got, you know, we can go through 4 kilohertz and we really want to try to put these detectors to the test. I know Dad's shaking his head right now, but it could be a learning experience. You know, if he's having trouble, maybe you guys are having troubles too, and maybe you can learn.
Well, that, and there's an update that just came out, so I'm hoping that update will give me some boost of confidence. Right now, as you can see my numbers, I had 3 on the quarter, on the silver quarter, 1 on the Civil War bullet, which I love digging bullets. That kind of really ticked me off.
Simplex does good with the bullets though.
Yeah,
honestly.
Simplex tears it up. Large scent, I did give it a 4 because it did lock onto that large scent pretty good. Civil War button 2, silver dime, I gave it a 1 just to be nice. Silver ring, it hammered that silver ring. I was happy with that. Gold ring, not so happy. But I did, on that Eagle breastplate, pick it up at 8 inches, slamming. So I do like that. That gave me something to smile about.
Guys, a target as big as the plate that I eat on for dinner.
Come on now, it's about that big. But anyways, I'm still happy about that. I mean, I love digging anything Civil War. So that did give me something to boost my morale a little bit, so to speak. But I'll get better with it. It just takes time. There's a lot of tweaking involved. You know, as Jordan found out throughout these last 3 years, you know, you got to really tweak. So.
Yeah, and that's one thing. I mean, you can definitely, there's machines that they say you can go on and just swing, you know, but I really like to know and understand my machine. And it took me 2 years and 1 Andy Sabash book, you know, just to really learn my machine. You know, I just started realizing, you know, how important recovery speed is and just how much depth you lose in recovery speed. And same goes with iron bias. The more you crank that number up, it's like, you guys might not realize, but you lose, you know, maybe a ½ inch or an inch, you know. But that's all something, I mean, we'd love to go into detail. If you guys like these videos, like we said, be sure to leave in the comments what you want to see next. You know, would you like to see it, you know, the Legend go up against the Simplex even? You know, maybe that would be a pretty cool little test. But, yeah, guys.
Well, I can say on my behalf, I've detected with quite a few detectors, but most of the time it's, you know, ground balance and go, AT Pro. I had a Bounty Hunter and then the Simplex. So this is the first detector that I've ever had that I can do my own
customization.
Yes, I can do my own customization. So, like I said, I'm not beaten by any means. I'm not bashing the Nokta Makro. It's me. It's probably error on my behalf. Just a little disappointed that, you know, because we had the detectors pretty close to each other set up. So, I don't know. I'm a little frustrated right now, but I'll get better. You know, in these upcoming videos, I was out today and Jordan was out today. So we have found some pretty good finds already with the Legend.
Legend dug that silver dime at 2.5 inches.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm happy. You know, I still have silver. It was a barber. You'll see that coming up here. Jordan dug a silver today. So, you know, we're still on the finds. So, you know, I guess I can't complain too much.
But all right, guys, that's going to be the end of this one. Like we said, we're going to come out with some more of these videos. But hopefully you guys learned something. And hopefully, you know, you can see Dad progress as, you know, down the road. This, by no means, I know he's not going to put the Legend down. He's going to learn it. And he'll probably have it swinging pretty good here in a couple days. But, so, all right, guys, stay tuned. And we got a pretty, you know, couple nice finds coming up in the next couple videos. Hopefully you guys watch them. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can see them videos. Other than that, we're going to head out. Dad's probably going to go home and cry a little bit and, you know, snuggle up close to the Legend and whatnot.
It's legendary.
Well, with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next video.